or I'm going to start record, and then I'm going to start sharing my screen so that we can get started. And don't mind kind of my mess here that I have here going on. But all right, so let me just close this, click present. All right, awesome. There we go. Here we go. All right, so thank you guys so very much for coming on to our What is Coaching Opportunity webinar. I am going to go ahead and kickstart it all and get things started. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. All right, so my name is Dr. Stephanie Burgos, and I am the founder in a way of Team Healthier You, which is the name of our team. And I have actually been a coach since 2013. So I feel like a little bit of a grandma in this business. I've been in this business for a long time, and it has absolutely transformed my life. Actually, when I got started, I was in the busiest time of my life. This was in July of 2013. July 9th will be my anniversary with this business. And I was actually a medical resident up in Boston at Harvard. So I'm actually an emergency medicine physician. And I was, in that time, I was stressed, I was overweight, I was looking for a solution in terms of losing weight and getting healthy. At the time, I had no energy. I had a closet full of clothes that didn't fit me. I was, in a really high stress environment, a very chaotic schedule. Like I was working days, evenings, overnights, sometimes all in the same week. And I just remember just feeling really overwhelmed and really burnt out and not loving myself as much as, not loving myself. And so I remember just kind of saying, you know what, something has to change. And I started on looking on social media. I started looking for inspiration, for motivation, like many of you have found us. And I was on Instagram and I was looking at all these women and I was like, wow, so many people are taking action. So many people are changing their lives. And I remember coming across, my husband had one of our programs called Insanity. And I remember just thinking, you know what, let me do this. Let me try this. And it was the hardest workout ever. And I was someone, guys, who I used to work out. I used to walk all over Boston. My rule was if it was 3 miles, I would walk. 3 miles or less, I would walk. Doesn't matter unless it was like actively snowing, I would walk. and so I was walking everywhere. I used to go to the gym. My apartment had a gym and I used to be on the elliptical machine. And so I was active. However, I was still overweight because I was an emotional eater and I was a stress eater. So when I started Insanity, I was like, wow, I'm really out of shape. And at the time, Beachbody had just come out with a 25-minute program. And I remember learning about the trainer. He's the same trainer that did Insanity. And I said, you know what? I can do 25 minutes. I can give myself 25 minutes, right? Because so often we convince ourselves not to work out in 25 minutes. We convince ourselves not to do something in 25 minutes. And so I said, you know what? This will be great. This will be a great transition. And that's actually how I signed up. A girl had randomly approached me on my Instagram, on my Facebook is where she approached me. I didn't really know her. And she said, do you want to be a coach? I had no idea what a coach was. I had never been in business for myself. I was not someone that used to post on social media. And I said yes, because I wanted the discount. Because when you're a coach, you get 25% discount. And I said, you know what? Yes, I want to do this because I want the discount. And I plan on committing 100%. And I really plan on making sure that I can complete this. And so I signed up. And that evening, guys, I remember that evening, I got so excited. And I remember just thinking, what if I can be like those other people on social media? Like, what if I can actually create a business? And what if I can actually create an impact and influence people? Because I can only influence so many people as a clinical doctor. I can only do so much in the emergency room. And I wanted to do more. And that's kind of how I started. And so from there, from that desire to want to get healthy myself, to want to help others, to want to make an impact, to want to help people get healthy, we've created over the past 7 years a tremendous team, a 6-figure business, and it has absolutely transformed the lives of my husband and myself and the team. And you're going to hear from 2 of them next, but it has absolutely transformed our lives. And so, with this opportunity, you'll see here, I got into amazing shape. I've been able to travel all over the world and work this business that was important to me, to find another opportunity that was flexible, that allowed me to, enjoy my love of travel and still be able to take my business with me, right? So that was important to me in terms of flexibility. And also, I just shared here our wedding picture. We got married in October, and it was amazing because I was able to pay for our wedding with Beachbody, and I was able to have so many people from our team that were there, and it was just such an amazing just time. And so that's all I have right now, because I'll share more as we're talking. But I want to have our next speaker is going to be Zakia.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay, perfect. So I'm Zakia, if you don't know already. I am a mom of 3. So I just want to go to a little bit of my backstory, why I started coaching. Basically, I'm actually an electrical engineer by trade. I graduated from school and I went to a corporation job right away, right out of school. I was like young, I was 20 something. But then when I started my corporation job, my heart and soul was really not into it. I didn't really enjoy it. I was like, am I going to be stuck in this cubicle for the rest of my life, working on the computer and not having any impact or nothing on anyone, right? So I just kept on going because, it was a good pay. And in the process, I got married. I married my husband, who I met at work. So that's the one good thing that came out of my work. And we had kids. And, after my first child, I remember leaving him on the way to work and I was crying because I just missed him so much and my heart wasn't there, right? And I just kept working because we knew that we needed the second income at that time. And I had my second child, and I remember going to work when I had him, like this little 5-month-old baby. And it was so sad to leave him. And I knew that from that moment on that I wanted to create a job where I can be around my kids. Sorry, I still get emotional. So anyways, we had a talk with my husband and I became a stay-at-home mom, but I was being a mom and I also diagnosed with hypothyroidism at the same time, and I was 30 pounds overweight, and I didn't know what to do. And I was lost. Even though I was a mom, I was happy, but I still felt like I had no purpose in life. Like, what was my calling? Right? Why am I here for? Being a mom is great, but everybody wants something they're passionate about. So, in the process, I gained 30 pounds. I have hypothyroidism. I was exhausted all the time. All I wanted to do was sleep. And I just did not feel like me anymore. So with 3 kids under the age of 5, I looked for at-home workouts I could do. And I came across Shanti's first workout, Rocking Body, which is like a dance program that I could do because I was a beginner. And I did that. And within a month, I lost about 20 pounds and I felt great. And at the same time, they're doing all this infomercial when you're doing the workouts for coaching opportunity. And I had it in the back of my mind the whole time. I was like, what is this coaching? Like I asked my husband, do you think I could do coaching? Like, what do you think? He's like, no, it's not for you. It's for other people. Right? So he's always been like that. So, I was so happy with my results. And then I started doing 21-day fix and I started sharing my journey on social media because I was so happy. I was finally getting results. I was feeling confident and I just wanted to inspire other people. And that's how my coach reached out to me through social media. And I was in a coaching opportunity just like this. And I saw all the success all the coaches are having and how they're able to stay at home and earn income, be around their kids. And something in my heart, told me that this is what I've been waiting for all along. And I just kind of just said yes. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into because I was a huge introvert, like an introvert who didn't like talking to people I don't like talking to people. Social media is not my thing. I used to post pictures of my kids only. I used to be so self-conscious about the way I looked. Like if I posted a selfie, I was like, what is that person going to say? Like, is my double chain hanging out or something? Like, I was so self-conscious. So when I did coaching, I really had to push myself out of my boundary every single day. like every single day I had to like challenge myself to show up on social media every single day. But what happened was in the process is that I became a more confident, more outgoing person. I started building this amazing community, and all these ladies started depending on me to, lead them through the health and fitness journey. And I, in the process, I just became so confident. And it turned out that this is the thing that fills my bucket. This is my, that passion that I've been looking for all along. And ever since then, I've been all in, and I am 4 years into coaching, and I just love it, everything about it.
So awesome. So amazing. I love it when the emotion comes out because it just really shows just how the impact. Estefania.
Hi, everyone. So I gotta say, Zakia, when you talked about leaving your kids behind, like my heart just like shrinked a little because, so for me, I'm Estefania, and I am a dental hygienist, and I just had a baby 7 months ago, and I also have a 23 months old. So I think one thing that really triggered me to do the coaching per se, and I'll give you a little bit more background from me in a minute, but was my second child. Like I don't know if it's the girl thing, like girl to girl thing, but um when I had her, it really triggered a lot of emotions, like Zakia was mentioning. But let me give you a little bit of background. So I've been a coach for almost 3 years in August. I've been coaching really for about a year and a half. So when I signed up as a coach, I actually I was just looking for a solution to lose some weight and maintain the weight, because I have been in that yo-yo effect where I was losing weight and then gaining it all back and more, and I was killing myself at the gym 2-3 hours. I was a runner for 6 miles every day, and I wouldn't lose a pound, or if I did lose it, like 2 weeks later I would emotionally eat like the entire fridge, and I would gain it all back, and I would just be up and down like that. And I was losing my energy. I was working 50-60 hours in the dental clinic. I was definitely not happy with the way that I looked. So I was having a very hard time looking at myself in the mirror. One thing that also was affecting me, in a big aspect of my life was I didn't even want to have kids because I was so afraid that I was gonna lose my body in a way, because I was so overweight as a child, and then I lost that weight, and gaining it all back for me having kids was a no. Even when I got married to my husband, I told him, "Are you sure you want to marry me? Because I'm not gonna have any kids." But then I met Stephanie through my husband, and she's actually my coach, and I signed up as a coach just because, just like her, I wanted the discounts. I wanted all in because, like I said, I have tried everything, the wraps, the pills, you name it, I have tried it. So I said, you know what? I want it all in. Give me the discount coaching opportunity, and I want to try it out. So I saw the weight loss. And then one thing that really triggered for me was that community part. I saw that I lost the weight. And because I had this that you guys are seeing now, I was able to keep up with that excitement and that energy, and I was able to gain my energy back, and I was happy again, and I was wearing the shorts and I was wearing the skirts, and so I was started to feeling really happy, and just sharing that in social media, which it was actually something that I never really did before. I am not an extrovert, you guys. I am not at all. So when I started sharing in social media, it was kind of like a learning process for me, and just getting out of my comfort zone as well. And that's how I started coaching, basically just sharing, and people asking, "Oh, what are you doing? Because you look different, and you're talking differently, and you're sharing things that you never shared before." So that's basically a little bit of my background.
So awesome and so amazing. And I think, I love hearing both of you guys, and both of you guys share your stories, because again, it's all about creating more freedom in your life so that you can really do the things that you're very passionate about, and what's going to bring you joy during this season of your life, right? Because we all have different seasons, and at different seasons, Estefania now is in a season where she wants to be more at home with her kids. You know, back then she was in a season where she didn't even know she wanted kids. And so she is, you know, life is always changing. So with that said, what we want to do is we want to go right into the objections, because we hear this all the time. And so if you guys have any objections or any questions that you have, make sure you're putting them in the chat, and we'll make sure to address them. But I think throughout the presentation, you'll get your answer. And so Zakia is going to start off with the top, Estefania is going to start off with the top two. And so go ahead, Estefania.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the biggest, the two biggest things that I hear about is I am not good at selling. And I think I am not good at selling. And the way I see it is I am not selling anything. When I present what I have to offer, this is an opportunity for people to transform their lives. I don't see it as I'm selling anything, really. I'm just sharing my story. I am sharing my journey, through social media. I am sharing it with my friends, and they will ask me, what are you doing that you feel so great? What are you doing that you look so good? And that's basically all I do. And then that's how I feel that I am not selling anything. And one thing that I really wanted to point out here is that it's like when I go to a restaurant and when I go to a movie, I always say, oh my God, the food in that restaurant is amazing. You have to go to that restaurant. And that person that I just talked to will tell the next person that I said that. And the same thing goes for a movie. And I am just talking about the movie and the restaurant because I think it's good. I'm not necessarily selling the movie or selling the restaurant, the food in the restaurant. I am just sharing my experience. So that's how I see this opportunity, the same way. I think it has really transformed my life and the life of the people that I love and the people that I know here. So I think that is just, you genuinely just sharing your journey. You're not necessarily selling something. And the time is huge when I hear this one, because as a mother of 2 kids under 2, I know time is tight. So it is all about, I think, having a good schedule and just knowing when maybe you have more free time. Is just start, I think it's just really understanding when you have that downtime. Maybe you're sitting down watching Netflix too often, or maybe you can wake up 30 minutes earlier and get your workout in, or maybe you can go to bed 20 minutes later and just share your journey in social media. So it's just finding that pockets of time. In my case, now that I am back to work and I am working 40, even 50 hours these few weeks as a hygienist, I am finding my pockets of time. Like when I have lunch, I take 20 minutes out of my lunch and I connect with people, and I just share my journey on social media, or I wake up before everyone else wake up at home and get my workout done and prepare my meals for the day. So it's just really really figuring out during the day, where are you really losing time? What are you doing during the day that is not really being productive? You're not really taking the advantage that you can get out of your time during the day. So that's really how I like to look at that.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think even Zakia, you could probably, as you're kind of transitioning to I remember you working in your lunchtime, and even now you have specific hours, Zakia, of when you work the business.
Yeah, now I started waking up earlier than the kids and getting some time in. And then we'll have some quiet time during the afternoon. Before, when I started, I used to work after the kids went to bed. And now that I'm not a morning person, I really had to learn how to be a morning person. Now I'm learning how to be a morning person that I can actually get my workout in before the kids. I can get some work in before the kids wake up, or when you're having quiet time. Sometimes your kids will have quiet time. I'm sure everybody has quiet time in their family, or else you'll go nuts. But I do it during the quiet time, and yeah, so it's always finding the pockets of time, basically. And I think I'm going to talk about, but I'm not inspiring. Listen, when I first started, I didn't think I was inspiring also at all. I was like, what do I have to share? Like, I'm a mom of 3 kids. I'm at home all the time. all I do is wake up, feed my kids food, and take them to the playground. Like, I have nothing to share whatsoever. But what happened is, as I started sharing my health and fitness journey, like, I just started sharing my workouts. Like, I started keeping a diary of my workout, like, what am I doing, and how I'm fitting in my workouts. And people started reaching out to me. They're like, oh my God, you're so inspiring, because you are I was like, okay, you are making time for your health and fitness, and you have 3 kids under little tiny kids. So really, it's not really, you're not inspiring. It's really has to do with, and that's what I love about, like, when you do the personal development in our community, and once you start doing the personal development and you start growing as a person, you just put so much positivity out in the world from what you read, that you just become an inspiring person. I mean, you don't have to live like this, life of traveling and have like all this stuff going on to be inspiring. All you can do is share your journey and be authentic, and someone will relate to you, and they'll think you are inspiring because you're one step ahead of them, right? So, and the other one is we get a lot is, I'm not in shape and I'm not like a personal trainer. Well, you don't have to be. When I started, I was 10 pounds overweight, and I'm still not in perfect shape. The good thing about, and the best part was the reason why I became a coach, because I knew that it would help me get into the best shape of my life, because it was the accountability, and I really needed the supplements, right? I really needed the supplements to lose the 10 pounds, especially with like my health issues I have. And once I started doing, I started using the supplements and I started sharing my journey from the 10 pounds overweight to like when I showed my like 3-week transformation, 1 month. And even though I wasn't in perfect shape, I didn't have bikini body, but people like saw that little bit of change I was doing little by little, and they really started like reach out to me. So I really feel like if you're not in perfect shape, this is the best time to join this business, because as they see you change, they're going to be like, oh my God, I want to do what she's doing, because she's getting in shape and I see her changing every single day, right? And the best thing is we have all our at-home workouts, which is Beachbody On Demand. It comes with all the workouts, the schedule, and each one of the, and then we have our nutrition program. We have 2 nutrition programs, To Be Mindset and the Ultimate Portion Fix. It just basically, one is depending on your mindset, and one is depending on portioning your food, right? So it comes with a nutrition plan. You have the at-home workouts, and really, and so once you get someone to join you, you just connect them to the Beachbody On Demand system and the nutrition program, and that's all taken care of. Your job as a coach to really motivate them and to check in on them, to make sure they're getting the workouts in time, and just be the leader of the pack. Just make sure you are on top of your, you are going along with them, just on the journey with them. So
yeah, and I think, and I'll just piggyback off of that too, just that in terms of just like what she just said, like we have all the workouts, and we also have meal guides, and we also have, there's a cooking show. So because another common question is like, I'm not a nutritionist. I don't like, I don't know how to make meal plans, and neither do I. It's actually something I don't enjoy doing. So and so what's wonderful is that we don't have to do that. What's wonderful is that basically we are partnering with a company that provides these resources, and it's our role and our job simply to be that middle person and be that coach. And I love, like they both have shared that it's about, using the products. It's about being the example first. And as you be that example, other people are going to want to know what you're doing. So another common question or another common concern we get is, I don't know enough people. And what I would say with this is, guys, is that first of all, when I first got started, I didn't know many people. I will say, in full transparency, I grow on Instagram, and I grow over, sorry, remind me later. Where'd it go? There we go. I will say in full transparency, when I started, I had Instagram, and I had about 200 people on Instagram, and on Facebook, I had about 1,000 people on Facebook, and they were all people that I know. So they were all from like high school, med school, college, and that was my network. And so when I got started, I started, growing. I started sharing on social media, and little by little, my social media started to grow. And so what I will tell you is that when you come into the team, there is team training. And so we're going to train you and show you how to build your social media. So don't worry necessarily right now if you don't know enough people. Also, I will say that many of you assume that you don't know people who will be interested. And so again, it's not about having assumptions. You may have a large network. You may have a close network of friends and you're already thinking that they may not be interested. That is an assumption. We should not have assumptions because you're not a mind reader. And so at the end of the day, it's about simply, presenting what we have to everyone and remembering that what we are offering is a healthy lifestyle. It's a sustainable system. It's a flexible system that can grow with you, because I'm all about sustainability. I'm all about helping you, create a system for your health that is lifelong, not just something you're going to do for 5 months or a year, but something that you're going to do 10 years from now, that you're going to feel comfortable doing when you're 50, when you're 60, when you're 70, because you have strong, healthy habits. Another common concern, this is one of my concerns when I got started, is this a pyramid scheme? So when I actually got started, I decided to research what is a pyramid scheme. And a pyramid scheme is very illegal in our country. And just so that you guys know, what the typical old school pyramid scheme used to be is that somebody would come up to you and say, hey, I have an opportunity. If you give me $1,000, I will give you this opportunity and you will have the opportunity to make money. There was never any exchange of products, okay? So there was never any exchange of products. It was just that you paid and you got this opportunity. And then basically it was up to you to go out and offer the same opportunity for $1,000. And it was a pyramid in that aspect. So with Beachbody, what we, and like I said, it's completely illegal in our country. And what's with Beachbody, whenever you sign up as a coach, and we'll talk about that later, but when you sign up as a coach, your fee to actually sign up, you're actually getting product. So you're getting, the full system that you need in order to reach your goals. You're getting a full year access to the workouts. It's the same price, actually, whether you sign up as a coach or whether you sign up as one of our customers, it's the same price. So you're actually getting, you're getting product for what you're putting in. Another concern that people have around the pyramid scheme is that if you come in, the person above you is always going to be making more money than you. That is not the case at all either. Any one of you can come in and make way more money than any single one of us, because it all has to do with your skill and your effort and what you're willing to put in. So, and I will share, the person who brought me into this business, they're long gone. And the person that is above me, I believe I'm making more money than what she's making. So again, it's not like corporate America, which is like corporate America, the person at the top is making the most money than everyone else. In this opportunity, if you come in and you're ready to work and you treat this business with the respect and that it is, and you really look at this opportunity as a potential income source for your family, you can really build it into something amazing. And one thing I want you to think about is that when you're thinking about adding a business into your life, it's like, if you don't sacrifice now for what you want becomes the sacrifice, right? So it's like, if you don't sacrifice now for more time, then guess what? More time is going to become what you sacrifice. If you don't, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind as you're thinking about this. So another thing that we get told a lot, and I think Zakia is just going to mention something here, but it's just, what if my family or spouse doesn't support me? And Zakia, you want to say just a couple sentences on this?
Yeah, sure. So, so when I joined coaching, my husband thought like it was just oh, she's just doing a hobby. She's gonna start and she's gonna quit. It's just one of those things that she did forever. She's not gonna stick to forever or something. So, and then when he saw me join and I didn't quit, he wasn't really supportive of the business because he's a traditional 8 to 5 guy. He's like, well, if you're going to work, you need to go back to work 8 to 5 to make good money. That's what you need to do to make good money. That's just his mindset around it. That's just how he is. But, and so he's, even to this day, he's not really very supportive. Like when I talk about my coaching business, he's like, whatever, you're just wasting your time, or just, but what it is, what I feel is like, even your spouse doesn't support, but what happened is this is my vision. This is my passion. And when you're passionate about something, you don't let your family or your spouse or anybody talk you out of it, because it's, because I have this vision in my head, where I want to earn full-time income with this business. I have a vision in my head where I want to like own a vacation home in Hawaii, and I know that this opportunity can get me there. And I know that, and he's seeing the income come in slowly. He's seeing the progress. He's slowly changing his mind. He's like, okay, maybe she can do this. I think it's because he doesn't want to see me fail, you know, and he doesn't. And so when you are, you know, when you have your vision and when you know what you want to achieve, you can't let anybody talk you down. It's just like, it's your vision. Why would you want to give up on your dreams? Like, that's just, for me, that's just living no life, like just giving up on your dreams, you know? So
Yeah, so true. And I always tell people, it's like at the end of the day, you cannot box yourself into someone else's way of living. And just understanding that everyone has their own fears, their own limitations, their own concerns. And so even if you don't have that support right away, just know that by you being the example and you showing up and you literally transforming your life, you're going to influence and inspire your family. And if, you know, as a business owner, as you become a business owner, you're essentially becoming a leader. And sometimes as a leader, you are going ahead of the pack, which means you're going ahead and doing things that they may not necessarily see exactly yet. But because they trust and know you and love you, as you continue to grow and as you become happier, and it's going to be hard for them not to want to get a piece of what you're doing. So just bear that in mind if you think this is one of your concerns. Another question that we get asked sometimes too is, what if we have our own supplements or we have our own workouts? And I say that's great. We're not saying you have to completely change what you're doing. What we are saying is that what we offer it can be an added tool into the variety that you have right now. So I know for me, like, I love to travel. I travel all around the world, and I love that I can bring my workouts with me. I love going to the yoga studio. Right now, the yoga studio is closed. And so I'm really grateful, you know, so much is closed, as we know. You know, I'm so grateful for having this variety. And even when I'm traveling, I'm so grateful that I can take whatever I'm doing with me. So really the way I want you to think about it is that, you know, can you add this to your tools so that you are living a healthy lifestyle, you know, 7 days a week, no matter what, no, you know, so that you do not give in to your excuses. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about what we exactly do as a coach. So work on becoming your best self. So who's going to talk about that? I think it's going to be Zakia, I think.
okay, so the first thing we do as a coach is we put ourselves first. Basically, we do the workouts, we drink our supplements, we get amazing changes. And when you do that, that's when people get interested in what we're doing. And that's what I love about this opportunity. It's just, for me, I come first. It's me first, and then everybody else. And I just love that concept. And that's what I, you know, and I think it's when you do put yourself first and you start getting this amazing transformation, you start sharing your journey, and that's when people really start to follow you, and they really start thinking you are inspiring, and that's when they start to reach out to you.
Yeah, and I would also add that for me, and I don't know any of you guys, but like within this working on becoming your best version of yourself, we have so much personal development that is tied into this business. And as someone who has done a lot of higher education, never once did I ever, and I don't know if any of you guys, never once did I ever get asked to work on myself, like to work on building skill sets around self-esteem and self-confidence and self-worth. And, you know, and learning how to communicate better and learning how to be better in relationships, and this whole idea of just really working on yourself and really becoming the best version of yourself. Because you have to understand, at the end of the day, the only limitations that you have in your life, right? The only limitations are the ones that you place on yourself. And so you have, you know, by default, if you want a different life, by default, you have to become a different person. You have to become a better version of yourself. You have to grow to the next level version of you. So that's why I always say, like, this business, if you come in and you do this business and you do what we call our vital behaviors, which is our like task that we have to do every day, which is basically, like they were sharing, working out, you know, making sure that we're connecting, making sure that we are sharing our journey on social media, making sure that we're working on our mindset. If you're doing these things, I pretty much feel super confident in saying you do these things for at least a year. So give us a year and your life will change. And I can guarantee that. And I can guarantee that because, again, I've been doing this, this will be my 8th year. I've seen it without a doubt. If people give us a year, their life changes because you change. And when you change, your whole reality changes, because our realities have everything to do with how we perceive, right? So if we change what's up here, and we change ourselves, and we change our perceptions, and we change what triggers us, and we work on ourselves, and we grow, then by default our life changes. And that is what I love so much, about this first part of just working on becoming a better version of yourself. And then what happens next, Estefania?
Shine. No, actually, that's really tied up to the number one, shine your light out for others. I think once you start working on yourself, you're feeling amazing, your energy goes up, you're loving the way that you look, the way that you feel. You can really shine that light for others. You become that light for others. There's so many people out there that I think when they see you just being your best self, they're like, oh my God, I really want that energy. I really want to feel the way that she feels. I want to look the way, I want to lose the way that she lost. So I think just being that light as a coach is it's a reflection of who you are and how you become by just working on that first part that Stephanie and Zakia were talking about. You working on yourself first. I took 1.5 years to work on myself, and I am now, trying to shine that light for others, trying to motivate others just by being myself, by being the best version of myself, basically. And that you just basically passing that on to other people. Other people will like to join you by just your own energy that you are basically showing, that that you're sharing every day, either social media, your family, your own community within this team. So it's just like a domino effect, to be honest with you. Is you start working on yourself, and someone is going to connect with that light, that energy that you have to share, and that person is going to bring someone else, because that person is going to transform, that person is going to become a lot more lighter, a lot more shinier. And that's how I see that number 2. If you guys want to add anything else.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right. And I mean, and guys, and as someone who's the leader of the team, is hearing and knowing so many of the stories on our team, I can assure you, just being able to shine your light out for others, and then number 3, helping others do the same. And you'll be surprised at who you're helping. And sometimes it's the closest people to you that really start getting on board with, transforming their health and transforming their mindset. And that is sometimes some of the most fulfilling, just kind of transformations to see. I've seen marriages restored. I've seen spouses coming on board. I've seen, relationships between parent and child improving, all because, again, you're helping others to work on themselves by working on you. So I'm going to talk about the money, because I love talking about the money. And I'm always like, show me the money. How can I make money from this? I don't understand. You're making money doing what on social media? Like, I don't get it. Like, how are you bringing in like $1,000 a month or $5,000 a month doing this? Like, tell me a little bit about it. So basically, what I want you guys to know is that we have 2 main ways that we bring in income. The first way is what we call kind of like our retail side, which is basically every single time that someone comes up to you and they want to get a product from you, you're going to get 25% commission on any of our products. The only change there is on our Beachbody On Demand system, which is a renewing system. So basically it's an online platform similar to Netflix, Hulu. You guys are familiar with that. You guys pay a monthly fee for that. So with Beachbody On Demand, we have different options of how you can renew that. So for Beachbody On Demand, you get 40% commission, which is a really awesome way to build, over several years, to build a residual income. Because we have, we have a year option, we have a 6-month option, we have a 3-month option for people who want Beachbody On Demand. The second way that you build an income is by building a team under you. So when I first got started, it was just me on my couch in Boston in a 900 square foot apartment with a vision, just like you, Zakia, like with a vision of like, life is gonna change. Life is gonna be better. I'm gonna have me and Zakia, we already said we're gonna be neighbors out in Hawaii. So it's like, we both have a similar dream of having something in Hawaii. But again, it's having a vision. And it is by building a team that you are able to tap into the residual income aspect of this business, because that is why people get into direct marketing. This is a direct marketing company. This is why people get into this industry. It's $1 billion industry because people love this side of the fact that you can build a team, you can build a workforce, you can help others become leaders and help other families build generational wealth, build, financial freedom in their lives. And you can help other people build, their own organizations, and you get to partake in that. You get a small piece of that. And so basically the rough kind of estimate, this is very bird's eye view, is that for every $300 of product sold under you every week, you get anywhere between $14 and $18. And so, for example, last week we made probably around like $25,000 in products sold within our community. So if you did the math, 25,000 divided by 300, you guys can do the math. I can't do the math like that. So, but the idea is that for every $300 of what the products that are sold and bought within your organization, you get a certain piece of that. Then another way that you get you can earn money is through the quarterly bonuses. So, and this is basically the way that Beachbody rewards you for building other leaders. And so when you have 2 leaders under you, 5 leaders under you, 10 leaders under you, and 15 leaders under you, Beachbody rewards you with a quarterly bonus at each level. So for the two, when you have 2 leaders under you, it's $1,000 every quarter. When you have 5 leaders under you, it is $5,000 every quarter. When you have 10 leaders under you, it's about $20,000 every quarter. And when you have 15 leaders under you, it's anywhere between $50,000 and $60,000 a quarter. On top, this is a bonus that's on top of what you're earning and what your team is already earning and what you're bringing in already. So again, there is a ton of potential. And something that I learned, I've been doing personal development. I've been around very, people who are creating generational wealth. And if you are wanting to build wealth in your family, you have to have multiple sources of income. You cannot just have one source of income. You cannot put all your eggs in one basket. And so I've learned, you need, and some of the top people have anywhere between 5 and 7 sources of income. And so again, when you're thinking about how am I bringing in money, this can very well be an amazing opportunity for you. So what I want to do is actually go into some income progressions just to give you guys some ideas, because I like to give you guys some real-time numbers from the past couple months for coaches on our team. And we simply share this to show you the potential, right? To show you the potential to put vision in your mind of what's possible as added income into your life. And what I love about this business is that whatever you put in, you're going to get out. And so if you're someone that you want to come in and you want to make no money and you just want to come in for the shakes, that's great. We'll come in and you just want to be a part of the community. That's great. If you want to come in and you just want to, be more of a hobby, that's great. If you come in, we'll talk more about that. But either way, whatever you want to do, we're going to meet you where you are. So this is, and I also have to say, because we're talking money, I have to say that Beachbody does not guarantee any source of income. Every income that is made is by the efforts and skill of the coach. So just so that you know that, and so that you know that nothing is guaranteed, because nothing is guaranteed. So this is Bianca. I love Bianca's story just because she is also a busy mom of 3. And I love her income progression because this is her building this income on just 1 hour a day. She's one of the coaches in our community who literally just builds this business 1 hour a day, probably like 5-6 days a week, and that's it. So she has been able, in 6 years of being a coach, she's been able to get to this is a monthly. What she's showing here is the monthly, and she's gotten to almost a $3,000 monthly income now this year by just simply showing up for 1 hour a day to her business. Here's Zakia. Zakia, you want to mention this one?
Yeah, so this is my income for April of 2020. I got, so this is just me. I actually also work an hour per day because I do have 3 kids and I want to make sure I spend enough time with my kids. I'm not tied to the computer or on my phone all the time. So I actually do work for just an hour per day. And this is my income progression from last year to this year. Really, last year I was in a really, really bad place. I was depressed and I was sad, but I still showed up for my business every single day. And this is what happens where you're consistent. all the time. If you're consistent, even when you don't feel like it, remember, you still have to shine your light. Even if you don't feel like shining your light, you have to shine it, because there's actually people out there that depend on you to show up every single day. They look up to you. So this is my 1 year of hard work where, and then at the beginning of 2020, I was like, I'm done with being depressed. I'm done with being sad. It's time for me to, take action. It's time, like my time putting into the work has nothing to do with how I feel, and so I was like, if I had to, and I started working at school. It's like, if I was working at school, can I tell the school that I'm depressed today and cannot show up at the school? No, I cannot do that. And so I was like, I cannot make up that excuse. So I basically started showing up for my work ever since January. And this is what happened to my income in April. In 3 months, it just like skyrocketed. So
amazing. So
yeah.
amazing. Estefania.
Yes, so I'm actually really excited about this. So I'm the one that when I started coaching, I didn't know I was able to make money out of it. So I never even look at my account. And 3 months in, I call Stephanie. I'm like, I think I'm making money out of this. So last year, I wasn't really working much of the business. I was just concentrating on my health and trying to lose the weight and eating well. But I was still showing up, and I was still in May, I still made $141. So that was amazing. And now this year I started to take in, more serious. And since my daughter was born, and I've been giving, like, just like Zakia and Bianca, I'm doing an hour, either when the kids go to bed or before everyone wakes up. And that's what happened to my income. And that's what happens when you just dedicate a certain amount of time during the day to just concentrate on something that you want to grow, something that you love, and create a business for yourself.
Awesome. So amazing. I love it. This is Chelsea, guys. So Chelsea is a teacher on our community, and I love sharing her income progressions just because I feel like teachers do not make enough money, and you guys put in so much work. And so I love that she is creating more financial flexibility and more financial freedom. Right now there's a lot of uncertainty for her work next year. And I know that she would, if she didn't have this income, she would be really stressed out. And she has shared, like, she's not worried as much anymore because she knows that she has this added income. And that's a great, security, right? Because we all want some level of certainty during these times. I also know her, and I know that she's dreaming really big. She's looking to purchase a home. And so I love, that's what I love as someone who is a mentor, as a leader. I love seeing the team. I love seeing the ladies and the men on the team dream big. And so this is her income progression. It's been absolutely amazing. This is Ariel on our team. She also has, just such a phenomenal story. She actually came to me 2 years ago. She was someone who was not taking this business. She was just a discount. She wasn't at all really putting any effort into the business. And she was like, Stephanie, I'm about to get married, and I want to pay for my honeymoon, my $10,000 honeymoon with this business. She was getting married in November. She came to me in December the December before. And she was like, I'm going to do this. And so she made a decision, guys. And that's sometimes what it takes, is making a decision to go all in, making a decision that, I'm going to take this business seriously because I want to create more choice. I want to create more freedom. And so she came in, and within that first month, by April of that year, I should say, she was making about $1,000 a month. And then this year, she's been super consistent since then. She works, I would say, she also works full time. She's a banker, so she's a banking manager, so she also works full time. And so this year, she's making about $4,000 a month. And she's actually looking now, because again, vision, you never know when a decision is going to change the trajectory of your life. So now I know she's looking at potentially moving and leaving her career by next year. And so she is, really dreaming big in really big ways. And it makes me really excited. This is Carla. Carla is another one of our coaches. She lives here in Central Florida. She owns a shop with her parents. And so she really has been working really hard. And I love her income progression because this is someone who has been showing up no matter what. Showing up and being super consistent, and she's seeing the results of that consistency. She also works a ton. She works full time, works 6 days a week. She only gets one day break. And she is someone who also prioritizes her time, works on a calendar, has to get up early. And she is showing that with a decision of just being consistent, Small actions done every day consistently is what's going to help you make big changes. She's seen amazing results in her business. And then this was my husband and I, this was our income progression for April of this year. And so for me, guys, like I have been wanting to create more flexibility in my life. You know, when I became a doctor, I said I wanted more flexibility. I didn't want to make medicine, you know, I didn't want medicine to take over my life. And I knew that I wanted to be able that when I wanted to have the freedom to say, you know what, I want to take the summer off. You know what, I want to take a couple weeks off. You know, I didn't want to have to work. You know, and it's funny because actually someone today messaged me and was like, I don't understand, you know, why would you want more money? It was a weird question. She was just like, why would you want more money? Why would you not want to be a doctor? And I was like, you have to understand that there's burnout in medicine. You have to understand that, you know, it comes with a great sacrifice, and it's incredibly stressful. And so in order to create balance, you want to be able to create more flexibility. And so fortunately now this summer, like I'm planning on working way less, pretty much almost taking the whole entire summer off. And that's because of this business. It's because of the freedom of this business and the flexibility within this business. So we're just going to talk quickly about the different paths that you can take. So I think Estefania is just quickly going to just share that the 3 different ways that you can get involved.
So yes, there are 3 different ways. The first one is a discount coach, and that's basically how I started personally. That was just, I want the discount on the products. You get 25% discount on everything that you buy. So it's really, you know, it's really a deal if you are using the shakes, if you're using the supplements. So that's one way that you can sign up as a coach and get all the discounts. The second one, do you want me to go through all 3 of them?
You could just go to the business builder.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go through all of them though. Yes.
Okay. So that discount coach is that. And then the hobby coach is basically the one that loves the products, and they, you know, also wants to receive the 25%, and they want to share the information with their families and people they love, but they're not really putting any time away to really work the business. Now, the business builder, that's what Zakia, that's what Stephanie, and that's what I am now. We are really looking at the coaching opportunity as a way for us to have more time, a way for us to bring more income into our house, and really creating that time to grow the business and create leaders within our business.
And I'll also add, when you're a business builder, you also have the potential to earn free trips, which is a really amazing opportunity, because as you're helping people every single month and you're certain measures, you're actually paying, you have an opportunity to pay for a free international trip that we get every year. So minus this year, but it's really exciting. It's a wonderful opportunity to be able to come together as a team and with the community. So what do you get? So Zakia?
So what you get when you sign up is basically you get 1-year access to our virtual gym, which is Beachbody On Demand, which is very similar to Netflix, Hulu. You go in and all our fitness program is there, so that's amazing. You get our online training, and you get access to our coaching team page, which is like super inspiring, and there's posts in there daily, and you get to be part of our mentorship. And we have this group pod that we have going on for mentorship, where you mentor all our coaches, and you share tips and tricks with the business, you know, how you can grow your social media, how you can reach out to people, right? And you just basically, I mean, you get access to all of us 24/7 all the time. And you get invitation to the quarterly trainings with other coaches in the network, right? And then you get also access to all of us. We are amazing, diverse team. That's what I love about our team, is because it is so diverse. You get this amazing group of women.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And as you guys can see, you're not alone. So that's what I think that's one thing I also want you to reiterate is that you're not going to come in here and you're not going to be left alone. What I will say is that one thing that we do look for, and one thing that's really important, you have heard us stress community over and over and over again throughout this call. And one thing that's important is that we have people that come into our community that want to be a part of our community, that want to connect with us, that want to, you know, create friendships, that want to build relationships, that want to find a new friend, right? It's like, you cannot build, you can't build things by yourself. And so that's why we have all of this in place. And we have all of these resources for you so that you're not alone, and that you come in ready to want to connect and be a part of something and be a part of a mission. So what are the costs of getting involved as, in terms of being a coach? So basically it's an investment of anywhere between $160 to $220 to get started. And that is the cost of your package. So again, it's going to be $160 to get started. And that will include a full year access to your workouts. And I have it on the next slide, but it's a one-time price to get started. It's not the monthly price. It's a one-time price. Then there's going to be a $15.95 a month coaching fee. I want to stress that this is the only mandatory fee that you need to pay. And what I mean by this is that and the reason why we have this is because, we have an online office, we have 24-hour customer service. You do not have to worry about shipping any products. You do not have to worry about any inventory. And so those are the types of things I was looking for when I was looking at different opportunities, right? Because I didn't want to have product in my house. So again, it's low cost, it's low risk to get involved. One thing I like to say is that, let's say you decide to join and you're just like, you know what, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, you're just like, this really isn't for me, then you can cancel. You really can. It's very simple. There's no long-term contract. And I think it's important for people to know that. Also, when it comes to the investment, your package, there is a 30-day money back guarantee with your package. And I think that's one of the amazing things, about this opportunity. Also, if you are a military spouse, active duty veteran, or active duty spouse, veteran spouse, you do get this fee of the $15.95 waived. So it's a nice, nice thing that Beachbody does. So the different options.
To add something, Stephanie.
Okay.
So and if you already are a challenger, like if you already bought a challenge pack, it's actually absolutely free for you to sign up as a coach also. Yes. So that's why I also wanted to add. I don't know if that's in there or not. Yeah.
Yeah, basically it depends. Yeah, and it also depends on how you sign up. So it just depends on how, because they'll sign up usually with a challenge pack, with a completion. Right. So in terms of the different options, so actually the main options that we mostly get a lot of people started with are one of the packages is either going to be the one that's $140, which is actually on sale this month until the end of the month. It will go away at the end of this month. And so basically it's going to include the all access to the Beachbody On Demand for an entire year, and then plus 30 days of either Shakeology or our performance line for $140. So you could either do, if you want to do our pre-workout, if you follow us, you see us drinking our pre-workout, you see us jamming and dancing and having fun with our pre-workout. So it is one of our most popular products. So you can get the year of the workouts with the pre-workout and the post-workout, our post-workout recovery shake for $140. So that's a very economical way to get involved. Or let's say you wanted to get everything, you wanted to get, everything because you wanted to try everything. You can get the Shakeology for 30 days, plus the pre-workout, plus the post-workout for $200. So those are the two main ones that people get involved in. And then if you are currently a customer, then you would sign up with a completion pack, so that you can make sure that they waive the $40. And the reason why we suggest the packages is because Beachbody has a $40 initiation fee for when you sign up as a coach, and they waive that when you purchase a package. And so that's why we're always encouraging the purchase of a package. So if you are already a challenger and you already have Beachbody On Demand, then you would just buy a completion pack, and the most economical one would be around $130, and that one would include Shakeology with that. So, all right. So why Team Healthier You, and why this opportunity? So for me, guys, like I will say, and I will share that, like, and even Zakia already alluded to it, like we have such an incredibly diverse team. And that is, I honestly feel like we have the most diverse team in the network. And I love that about us. And I think that speaks volumes about who we are. That speaks volumes about the fact that anyone can come and sit at our table, that we are here to create community. We're here to help you get healthy. We're here to help you grow. We're here to help you expand. We're here to help, hold space for you in a non-judgmental way, but in a supportive way that's going to help you, that we're going to push you. We're going to push you and encourage you to live life at a higher level. And that's, that's the mindset, that's the vision of this community. And why this opportunity? Because for me, like I said, it truly is a win-win to be able to work on your health and wellness, to be able to work on your personal growth, and at the same time be able to, to earn added income into your life. Like, to me, that is the win-win of this specific opportunity, because it has just such the perfect wellness solution to help people with their health problems, to help people with obesity, you know, the issues and the issues that we have in our country. And one of the things I love about the mission of Beachbody is that it is, like, part of the mission says to end the trend of obesity. And so that is something that I know we all can stand behind, because we see the complications of that. So that's one of the main reasons as to why I love this opportunity and why. And then last thing I would add here is that just understand, like, if you're feeling the pull and you're just like, I don't know. And if you just keep talking yourself out of it, I want to encourage you to jump. I want to encourage you, you know, just because I've learned time and time again that life begins one step out of your comfort zone. Life begins when you expand, because that comfort zone is what you know right now. So by default, if you want to have a different life, if you want to have a different outcome, again, like I said earlier, you're going to have to change what you're doing. You're going to have to change your habits. You're going to have to change your system. You're going to have to change your plan. You're going to have to change your mindset. And this is an amazing way, an amazing opportunity to be able to do that.
And Stephanie, if you mind me just adding something like this, there is no risk. You know, you're getting all the connection, you're getting the community, you're getting everything. And if you don't like it, you can absolutely return it back, you know. But I can guarantee by experience that this is something that once you're in it, once you take the leap of faith, once you jump, like Stephanie said, there is no going back. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to add to that.
Absolutely. No, thank you. Absolutely. Awesome. So that is the end of our presentation, guys. I hope that, you know, you heard something that excited you and that you're interested. And if you are interested, please make sure that you reach out to your coach to get, you know, so that you can get signed up, because this is also an industry that the sooner you take action, the sooner you get involved again, it's better, because every day we're adding coaches to our community. Every day we're adding people to our team. And so it's important that you get in now, because especially because next month we're actually we have an exciting new product coming out next month, and it's going to be a massive growth within our community and within our team. And so you want to get in now before that growth. So again, because remember, the residual income side, the team building side, you're going to benefit from that growth, because there's going to be massive growth next year. Not next year, but next month in July. So are there any questions? Let's see. Massachusetts. Yay. Veronica, is she still on? Yes. Awesome. I love the portability as well. If you don't put yourself first, you subject yourself to those negative opinions of others who will deter you from finding your authentic self. Yes. So very true. Are all the workouts included on the annual Beachbody On Demand Deluxe? Yes. So I would say all the workouts minus the 10 rounds. And so we have a 10 rounds package, Renee, and I'll show you what that one is. It's like, I want to say it's like $10 more. So, and the way Beachbody works is that whenever they come out with a new program, they have what they call an early release. And that early release, basically you'll get like 6 months early release of an opportunity to use those workouts before it gets downloaded into the Beachbody On Demand. And so right now we have 10 rounds. And so if you don't really care about having the 10 rounds, then yes, the deluxe will have all the other programs. Do you make commission on the 3-month subscription to Beachbody On Demand, even with the free 2-week trial? Yes. So you will make commission. So what she's referring to is that we do have a 2-week free trial for those people who are on who get the 3-month option for Beachbody On Demand. And you do get a commission once they have purchased the 3-month option. How do you handle taxes? Great question. So as with Beachbody, you actually get paid as a 1099. So you're an independent contractor. And so you get all your money pre-taxed. And so what will happen is that if you make more than $600 in the year, you'll get a 1099 from Beachbody at the end of the year. And then you'll submit that to your accountant, or if you're doing TurboTax. Like for the first 3 years of my business, I just used TurboTax. And I did it myself. And it was very easy. I used one credit card for all of my expenses. And it wasn't until after 3 years that I got a little bit more official. I incorporated myself. I got an LLC. I started working with an accountant, but that was not how it was in the beginning. And actually, I would even say the first 4 years of our business, even when I was making $30,000, $60,000 a year, I actually didn't end up paying any taxes, because you have to understand, one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur and being an independent contractor is that there's so many tax write-offs. There's so much potential for tax write-offs. And so, your phone, your internet, like everything's all of a sudden becomes a tax write-off. And so it's a really nice opportunity, because for me, the way I look at it is I'd rather do something for my business. I'd rather invest in my own personal, my own personal development, my own personal growth, because it's all tax write-off. And by doing that, I'm paying less taxes and I'm actually serving my business. Because if I wasn't doing all those things and I wasn't investing in my business, I would then later have to pay taxes on it. So it's one of the benefits of being an entrepreneur, and we definitely would talk to you more about that, especially as your business grows, and you just kind of learn like as it grows. Any other questions? Awesome. Well, I want to thank Estefania and Zakia for coming on this evening. They're both I know Zakia is on the West Coast, and so, and Estefania, it's late. She's on the East Coast with me, so it's 9 o'clock, and I know she was working earlier today. So thank you, ladies, both so much for taking time from your family to share your journey and your story, and to share this opportunity with all of us. And I want to thank all of you. Thank all of you for, again, giving us your greatest asset, which is your time. And I hope to see you guys all on our next call. So every Sunday we have a team call. So maybe we'll see some of you on our team call. And on Monday we will have our new coach call, which is for people who sign up in this week. We have a new coach orientation on Monday. So if you're interested in getting started, get started. All right, guys. Thank you.